What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Teodagod. How you feeling? How you feeling? Welcome to Real Street Sports Talk. This is Real Street Sports Talk. First things first, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification button. So when I drop this fire, it drop right in your lap. Your boy God is back. Pack is back, and today we're gonna be talking more Packers football. I'm gonna be going over the Green Bay Packers 2025 regular season schedule. I'm gonna be breaking the schedule down, and I'm gonna be going game by game, giving you guys my predictions. It's just my opinion. I'm giving out my predictions on what I think going to happen in the 2025 regular season for the Green Bay Packers. But first, we're gonna get to some news and notes. Packers, they locked up their young stud Zach Tom. Man, I gotta be honest. I thought Zach Tom was going to get about $150 million when he signed his deal. But, man, Packers got a steal, man. They usually do 4 years, and they got him at $22 million a year, which equals out to like $88 million. And it could go up to $92 million with All-Pro and Pro Bowl incentives. Man, Packers just, man, let me say this. Brian Gutekunst, he absolutely cooked on this one, man. You get a bargain deal for a guy that's, according to PFF, is a top 3, top 4 offensive tackle. He graded out as the number 6 overall offensive tackle. But if you look at pass grade blocks and run grade blocks, he was top 3 in both of them. So Zach Tom is just a stud, man. You asked Will Anderson, they asked him who the best guy you went up against, and Will Anderson, who was a stud for the Texans, he said Zach Tom, that boy in Green Bay, is the best tackle I went against all year. So Brian Gutekunst, you cook. Let's not forget, Zach Tom is a 4th rounder. This is a 4th rounder, man, and he has been elite, man. So what a great pick by Brian Gutekunst, man. And I'm just glad Zach Tom got the deal. He deserved it. He didn't complain. You didn't hear it in the news, the media. He came to OTAs. He came to minicamp. He was showing up at everything and not complaining, and he got the deal done. So shout out to Zach Tom. Shout out to Packers for locking them in. Now the right side is solidified. Zach Tom is a stud. We're gonna move on to Elton Jenkins, man. Training camp is tomorrow. I don't think Elton Jenkins will be practicing tomorrow, man. They still got some hiccups with the contract. He want more. But the thing is, he's not in a good position because the Packers not finna budge. They just did the same thing with Elton Jenkins 2 years ago, where they gave him a big old signing bonus. And, he is making about $17 million a year, but you got a big signing bonus. They're not finna rework your deal and give you another, more guaranteed money. So I think they're gonna wait him out, and I think he's not gonna. He's scheduled to be with the Packers for the next 2 years, unless we cut him and get 17, 18 million next year, which we're not gonna do. And I know he's not gonna miss no games and miss checks because you with us for 2 more years. So the ball is in your hand, boy. Packers can wait him out. It's up to him. I think that the Packers not finna budge. I got to be honest. Even though I want them to go ahead and get something done, I don't think the Packers going to budge, man. That's how it's looking, especially after signing Zach Tom this money. That's what they was locked in on. So, we'll see how it go, man. Even if Elton Jenkins miss about a week or two, he a veteran. He the most, experienced guy on the line. I think he going to be fine. So I'm not too much worried about that. Packers did sign Will Shepherd. They signed up to a contract. So he going to come in and try to compete, and win a spot on the roster. I don't know how likely that is, but, if you throw on the tape, I throw it on. And if it wasn't Travis Hunter, who Shedeur Sanders was throwing Hail Marys to, it was Will Shepherd. He do got speed, can go down the field, but I just don't think that it's going to be enough room unless he have a spectacular preseason. And, he just looked like he got him at 10. I could see him making a 6 spot then. But other than that, he's going to the team. So we're going to move on to preseason. He's got a great preseason schedule. I'm going to say that Packers got a great preseason schedule. We don't too far. We start off with the Jets. And, we might get a chance to see Justin Fields that first game. So that's good. Let's see Justin Fields that first game and, see how that goes right now. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, but the Packers' first preseason game against Justin Fields. I want to see that. Let's see Justin Fields go out there, see what he can do versus my defense. I want Matt LaFleur to play these guys, and I'm gonna tell you why I want him to play these guys. Second game we play the Colts. It's not too far from Green Bay, so we don't got to go too far. I don't mind playing the Colts. We're not going too far. What's that? 3 hour, 4 hour ride. Then we back at Green Bay again. So don't have to travel that much of preseason. We see how which teams we're gonna battle in the joint practices. See how that go. But other than that, we don't got to travel too far, so that ain't too bad. But let's get to the regular season. And I'm gonna say this: I do want Malafleur to ramp up my offense and defense in at least maybe the last two games of the preseason. Let me tell you why. Because we start off versus Detroit and Washington. Last year we struggled against good teams. There's no lie about it. It's just facts. We still won 11 games, but we was 1-5 in the division, which can't happen no more. We lost to Philadelphia twice. Once to open the season, and they sent us home too. So we need to have a sense of urgency early in the season. You can't go out there and week one usually be like another preseason game. Everybody rusty. No, this is a game where we could come out. We need to come out and start strong versus Detroit and Washington. Let's just get to it. I'm gonna get right to it, man. So week one we start off at Detroit. This is a game that we need. Packers starting out at a 2-point favorite according to Vegas. We is favorite. We at home. We favorites. So we got to come out at home and take care of business versus Detroit. Detroit is a talented team. They're a talented team. And they have had the Packers. They had our ass lately. They've been giving it to us. But let me tell you this. Malafleur, you ain't had no home game since you've been a head coach in Green Bay. No home games. This is your first season opener at home in Green Bay. You got to have my boys ready, pumped, juiced up with a 2-point favorite. I expect this to be a dogfight, and I expect Green Bay to come out, and I expect us to win this game. I'm gonna go 1-0. I think we win this game by maybe 4 points. I think this be a dogfight. We gotta start off hot versus Detroit because Detroit. I feel like Detroit is gonna start slow, but I feel like Detroit by the time the end of the year they're gonna be rolling. I do think Detroit is gonna be good this year, people. I'm letting you know that now. Detroit is gonna be good, but I think they start slow, which is why I'm giving the Packers this week one win, and then I think that we'll see them later on in the year, but it'll be a lot better. Week two, we got the Commanders coming in. That's why I say it's going to be important for Malafleur to get these guys rolling in the preseason because right after Detroit, 4 days later, we got the Commanders coming in. Back-to-back playoff teams, back-to-back contenders. Off the back. You're not the Minnesota Vikings where you get to play the Giants and the Raiders week one. Off the back, you're the Green Bay Packers, so you got to come out strong. We're going to know who you is. We're going to know who you is early. You get what I'm saying? So Green Bay coming into this game is a 2-point favorite also. We favored at home again versus Jaden Daniels. Washington, yes, Jaden Daniels had a spectacular year last year. Cold-blooded. He's cold. But I noticed, like, when C.J. Stroud and all these guys, we played against Kyler Murray coming into Lambeau Field, C.J. Stroud, Kyler Murray, and, I put Jaden Daniels right in that conversation. Young studs coming up, the future of the game. They get it to Lambeau Field, and we play these kind of quarterbacks very good. I'm expecting the Packers to win this game, and I'm thinking we're going to win this game by at least a touchdown. I think we're going to handle Washington. I don't think Washington can stop our offense, but I do think we do enough and rattle Jaden Daniels, get a couple turnovers to win this game. So that's 2-0 right there. We starting off 2-0. We got to come out with a sense of urgency. You at least got to win one of them two games. I'm giving us 2-0. Then we go, where we go? We go to Cleveland. So we got Cleveland. We got 3 days rest on them. So we play that Thursday, so we'll have a 3-day advantage. We go to Cleveland, where we're a 5.5-point favorite. Packers is just a better team than Cleveland. I don't care who quarterbacking over there. Packers are a better team than the Cleveland Browns. We should be able to score when we want to score, and we should be able to hold that offense into less than 10 points. I got the Packers winning that game versus Cleveland. We're a 5-point favorite. We should win that game easy. We go to Dallas, where we're a 1.5-point favorite. This is the game, Packers. I'm telling you right now. I think we lose this game. And I'm going to give you my reason why. I think that Dallas, First things first, I was looking at some tickets, right? Because I was thinking about going down to Dallas. The tickets was about $500 to $600 just to get through the door, man. So this is one of the highest price season games that you can even get into. Dallas is going to come ready. They didn't forget that 50. Dallas did not forget that 50 burger, man. So Dallas is going to be pumped up. I think Dallas edged us by a field goal. I do think it's going to be a back and forth game. Dallas is going to be at home. I do think Dallas pull it out in Dallas, and that's where we get our first loss. I'm just being honest. I think Dallas pull a shootout out, and they put it out at the end by a field goal. So that brings us to 3-1. Then we go on bye, man. That's brutal. We go on a bye, man, early. After week 4, we go on a bye, man. And that's just too early. You usually want your buys between week 8, week 9, week 10, so you can sober up and get better, heal up, and get better for the stretch. But no, 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 no. Packers, we got an early bye, and that's just brutal, man, because we got a late stretch that I'm going to get to that is not nice, man. So we got to go ahead and take this bye, and we're going to need it because when we come off our bye, we're going against the Bengals, where we is a 2.5 favorite. When the 2.5 favorite versus the Bengals, we is favorites to win that game. I do think the Packers in the shootout win that game. Maybe win by a field goal. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, I can see them going off, but I think Jordan Love going to be able to do whatever he want to do against Cincinnati, who will not have no pass rush. They just won't have no pass rush. I don't like their cornerbacks too much. I think the Packers is going to score at ease on this team. So, we got Cincinnati coming into Green Bay too, man. I got us winning that game. That brings us to 4-1. And then we go to the Cardinals where we're a 2-point favorite. Kyler Murray, we done seen you twice already. You just can't figure this Packers team out. We done beat you both times. We done seen you, Kyler Murray. And I think that we handle you again, Kyler Murray, So Packers go to 5-1, right? 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, 5-1. Packers go to 5-1. Now let's move over to the Steelers. Oh my God. This is the game right here where we're going against Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I think this is the game of the year for me. This is the game of the year. Jordan Love, you're the succeeder. Aaron Rodgers, we know what he's finna bring to the table. We know what he's finna do. You cannot go out there and lose this game to the Pittsburgh Steelers and let Aaron Rodgers walk. Because if Aaron Rodgers score a touchdown early, he gonna be rubbing it in. And he don't let him score 2 touchdowns early on you. He gonna be rubbing it in. He gonna do his dances. He gonna let you know that he's still a guy. He gonna do the belt. I'm telling you right now, Jordan Love. This is a game where I'm watching you very close, and I need you to come out with a win and let him know that, yeah, time is up. I got this, man. Make Aaron Rodgers proud by beating him. I can hear Aaron Rodgers right now. I'm glad that it's his time now. Don't lose this game to Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. I need you to win this game, and I do think Packers win this game. I think the Packers win this game. I think this Packers win this game by 4. It's going to be a good game. Flags going to be thrown. Aaron Rodgers is in the building. I think that the Packers win this game, and I think we go to what? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-1. Relax, everybody. Relax. I think we start off hot. Then we go to the Panthers. Panthers come to Green Bay. Easy win. I ain't got to discuss that. Packers is a much better team than the Panthers. We go to 7-1. Then we get the Eagles, who are going to be coming off a bye. Eagles coming to Lambeau Field. This is a game that the Packers needs to win. This is a game right here that the Packers need to win. We get the Eagles coming into Lambeau Field. They coming off a bye. They coming in strong, and we done already had our bye in week 4. I think the Packers lose this game only because of the schedule. Only because the Eagles going to be coming in with about 13 days of rest. Packers, we already had our bye in week 4. And, we at home. I think it's going to be a close game again. And I think the Eagles win this game. I'm not going to sit back and say that I think the Packers win this game. I'm just going on what I think because the Eagles is going to be well rested. And the Eagles is what the Eagles are. They're a 2-point favorite in that game. I think it'll be a close game, and I think they win. Then the Packers versus the Giants. We're 5-point favorite, and I will say this will be an easy game, easy win. But let me say this: for people who don't know, Packers fans should know. Don't take the Giants lightly. Please don't. Why? Because the Giants can beat you the last couple of times you've seen them. Whether it was overseas, whether it was last 2 years ago with the Italian boy, DeVito, like Giants, when they play the Packers, they come to play and they win. So it ain't like I'm just finna sit back and say that the Packers, we're gonna go out and dominate the Giants. We should, but every time we play the Giants, we lose. And now they got a front four that's going to get to the quarterback. Well, I like my offensive line, but the Giants, they got a front four. Don't take the Giants lightly. Packers is a 5.5-point favorite. I think we win this game, but I think we barely win this game by a field goal. Giants always play us tough. It just is what it is. So I got us winning that game. So that's what? 2 losses on the season? No, that's 3 losses on the year. Yeah, that's 3 losses on the year. So we go to the Vikings. No, Vikings come to Green Bay. I think we split. I think we're going to split. So at home, we're going to win. We're a 4-point favorite right here. I think we win this game. This rookie, first time playing at Lambeau Field. We're going to get to him. We're a 4-point favorite. I think we win this game at home. Lions, at Lions on Thanksgiving. I think the Lions, this is what I told you earlier. We need to win game 1 and get that win out the way while they still rusty, figuring it out over there with all them damn coaches. All them damn new offensive linemen over there. We need to win game 1 because by the time Thanksgiving get here, they're going to be rolling. And I think that the Lions win this game. Lions is a 2.5-point favorite in this game, which it should be. Lions win that game. And then here come the Bears. After that, we're 4-point. We got the Bears weak. We got the Bears two. We got the Bears. We played the Bears 2 times in 14 and 13 days. Yeah. We played the Bears 2 times in 14 days. So, you don't want to be getting injured around that time and you got to miss 3 games. You get what I'm saying? Packers is a 4-point favorite at home versus the Bears. And, Caleb have been talking. He have been talking. And just like Rasheed Walker said, you got lucky. And you know why. I'm not going to break down all the scenarios and all the people that was out. And, you just got lucky. Be happy with your field goal win. But the Packers take care of business versus the Bears. We're a 5-point favorite in that game at home. I think we take care of that game. Packers are a underdog going to the Broncos. That's a sandwich game right in between the Bears. I think the Packers lose that game in Mile High late in the season, going up to Denver, Colorado. I think that the Packers is going to be out of breath, man. We already had a bye week 4. I think that game is going to be, a little off right there, man. I think Denver wins that game. Got to be honest. Packers always struggle in Denver. I got to be honest. I know my team. So I think we lose that game in Denver. Then we go to Chicago, where the Packers then won about 13 straight in Chicago. I think the Packers sweep the Bears this year, get back to regular schedule programming. I think we sweep the Bears this year. That just is what it is. Bears got a lucky win off a field goal last year, beating Malik Willis. It's not going to happen this year. This is a different year, different scores. I think the Packers clean up the Bears this year. I got to be honest with you. Then we got, after that, we got Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens now. Now, they coming into Lambeau Field, and people will say that it's a home field advantage. Yeah, we're going to be at home, but guess what? Tackling Derrick Henry in December, just don't like it, man. I got the Ravens winning this game by a field goal. Definitely got Baltimore Ravens winning this game by a field goal. And at Minnesota, we favored again to beat Minnesota, but I think we lose this game to Minnesota. So we go into the playoffs, man, on a 2-game losing streak again, but I still think that Packers is going to be okay this year because we'll probably be healthy. I think that's 11-6 record. Packers, that's an 11-6 record. That's why I had them at. That's why I got them at all along. Packers 11-6. So that's why I got us at Packers. I don't know if we're gonna win a division. Maybe Detroit can be right there with 11 wins too, depending on how it go. But I think that the Packers is gonna win 11 games this year. 11-6. I think that's where we at. You know, and those like I said, we're not gonna take no games easy, man. We can't. Not against the Giants, not against the Cardinals, not against none of these teams. Dallas, we can't take none of these games easy. Because it's gonna be no international games for us this year. Thank God. We lose when we go overseas to London and Brazil, we lose. So good. No international games. What else I wrote on my notes? Pretty much said it. Pretty much said everything. We tied for the fifth toughest schedule based on the records last year. Only people who got a tougher record than us based on the records last year is the Bears, the Lions, the Eagles. They all got tougher records than us, based on the win percentage who they going against this year. Other than that, Packers got the fifth toughest strength schedule this year. So that's it. Packers go 11-6. We got to bring it on home, man. We get into the playoffs. Let's bring it home, Jordan Love. I'm not gonna do no playoff predictions and none of that, but I'm just saying Packers regular season, we go 11-6. Training camp is here. NFL is here. I want to thank everybody for watching. It's your boy Teodagod. It's a Real Street Sports Talk. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that notification button. So when I drop this fire, it drop right in your lap, man. Packers 11-6. Book it. Book it.